What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another online lobby. And check this out, we have been in Yas's lobby before. I'm pretty sure she's been in a video, and last time I saw her, she was in S5, and she's now in S2, so she might be on a little bit of a tilt, as was I.
Nice shot.
If you watched my last video, I was in S3, down from S6. I did rank up off camera. I'm now in S4. Today, I am just going to play some games, continue on with the grind. I am looking to make back some of the elo that I lost. Starting on hole number 1 with no wind. We can get the power right. There is a chance for a chip in. Ooh, and we did get the power right.
Chip in eagle.
That's a very nice chip in eagle. Great way to start off today's match. And let's see if we can carry this momentum for the rest of the match. Looks like 2 eagles there, and the rest birdies. As you'd expect on hole number 1 with no wind. And for our next hole, we get Resort A, hole 3.
Nice shot.
So probably going to be looking at lots of birdies. But the chip in eagle, it's not off the table. Might be a little more difficult with this kind of wind, but we'll have to look at that when we get there. I'm just going to go through the trees here and look to land on the fairway.
Nice shot.
Now we're only 63 yards away from the hole, so I'm not expecting the wind to have a lot of time to push us very far, but it still is strong wind. I'm probably going to leave it there and go just over 2 dots. Ooh, it was a close attempt,
Nice approach.
but the wind didn't carry us as much as I thought it would, even though I literally just said that the wind's not going to have a lot of time to push my ball. But it's not a big deal because we will get 10 points added to our score.
Nice birdie.
So a nice 24 points after 2 holes. Looks like the fellow who eagled hole number 1 got a bogey on that hole. So we do have a 4-point lead going into the semifinals. Really good spot to be. Great way to start off our first match. However, hole 4 with crazy wind, going to be a little difficult. I'm actually not too sure what to do here. So I'm probably going to go a little over 3 dots and add backspin. Okay, you know what? All things considered, it's not too bad. Obviously, I did think the 31-mile-an-hour wind would carry us more. But I'm not going to complain about this setup on hole 4. Definitely a tricky hole when you have crazy wind. And we secure a pretty nice birdie there. So we maintain our 4-point lead. Looks like Yas is playing very well, so although she's down to S2, still a very solid player. We get Resort B, hole 5. Looking at this hole with what looks like minimal wind, I am confident we can maintain our lead here. With 13-mile-an-hour headwind, I do think we can still make this shot
Nice shot.
over the tree, the bushy one. Looks like we do clear it, but we are going to be on the rough. However, thankfully we can still make this shot, although it is going to set us back because our stroke 3 chip onto the green is going to be a lot more difficult. Hopefully I didn't speak too soon when I said I'm confident we can maintain our lead. And a tricky hole placement from where I am standing right now. Gonna have to calculate the power very well. I don't think 7-iron is gonna be enough.
Nice shot.
Ooh, so it's going to be a bit of a tough putt. Didn't quite get enough power there. However, Yas got a birdie. So even if I par this, we'll still have a 1-point lead. However, I'd feel much better birdieing this and keeping the 4-point lead. And we barely sneak into the hole there. Nice little putt from us to secure birdie. And after all that, we managed to stay in front. We're on 44 points after 4 holes. Really good score. Let's see what the final hole is. Hole 8, another tricky hole. But as long as we can stay within 4 points of Yas, we will secure the win. Looks like Yas is in the water. Takes a little bit of pressure off us.
Nice
Although
shot.
I'm not sure if the other guy has 40 points too. I can't remember. But it's a good enough chip
Nice
to secure par, which is enough to win the game. But we get a really nice putt anyway,
Nice birdie.
finishing off the game in style with 54 points. And there we go, 54 points to win the game. We'll toss her a friendly thumbs up. Let's take a look at how much rank I get, and then let's jump into another match. Honestly, not a bad amount. I'll see you in game number 2. Alrighty, game number 2 here. We land in a decent lobby, mostly A players. There is an S1 and an S0. Would have been nice to have a few other high ranks, but it's not a bad lobby. There are times where I get matched up with E rank players. So I'm happy we don't have any of those today.
Nice shot.
Not that there's anything wrong with E ranks, of course. It's just very hard to gain rank off of them, so it's nice to get in a lobby that is a little bit higher rated.
Nice on.
But focusing on this hole, we land 25 feet away from the hole, so not the best chip. However, an okay green to read. Although I'm not exactly sure how much it's going to push us to the left.
Nice birdie.
Read the green quite well there, thankfully. And once again, we get hole 3. I'm pretty sure this was the second hole on last match, and it's the second hole on this match too. Kind of funny RNG here.
Nice
Last match, we secured the birdie on this hole. Let's see if we can secure that once again. Maybe even the chip and eagle. There's a little bit less aggressive wind this time.
shot. Nice shot.
So we land right at the end of the fairway, exactly where I want to be. 67 yards from the hole. It is at a different area of the green this time. And last time I over-adjusted for the wind. Only going to adjust a little bit this time. See if I can correct my mistake. Ooh, looks like got the wind right there. Did not get the power right. To be honest, as the ball was flying through the air there, I did think we were going to get the eagle. Didn't quite roll as much as I was hoping, but not a big deal. 20 points after 2 holes, good spot to be. And we are tied with one other person going into the semifinals. He was the S1 player. So the 2 highest players in the lobby are occupying first and second. Moving on to hole number 7. I was playing some golf yesterday off camera, and I went out of bounds on this exact hole 3 or 4 times in one day. So I really hope I don't meet the same fate right now. That would be pretty devastating. Now I'm going to adjust just slightly for the topography of the green. I think I'm going to go 3.5.
Nice shot.
That ended up being a little bit under. Hopefully it's still enough. Nope, it's not enough. We are out of bounds. So that probably makes it 5 times in the past 2 days I've gone out of bounds on this hole in an online match. And we don't even get a nice chip there. So we're likely going to be settling for a double bogey. Well, I guess the saving grace is that we only got a bogey. Still a very poor score. Don't want to watch that. I think the problem on hole number 7 for me is that I used to overshoot my stroke 2 quite a lot. I would always fly way past the green. And so recently I've been going less power to give myself a better setup for a birdie putt. And I've just been giving it a little bit too little power, resulting in me landing in the water. So that's pretty poor, but let's move on. We are currently still in a position where we advance to the finals. Let's try to maintain that on hole number 9 here.
Nice shot.
Now I have a feeling I'm going to hit the tree here, and it's going to slow down my ball. So I'm just going to full send the spoon. Hopefully if I get slowed down by the tree, I'll still fly a decent distance so I can still chip onto the green.
Nice shot.
No, that didn't happen. So we are going to be driving onto the green, making it a lot more difficult to set ourselves up for a nice putt. However, I suppose if everyone pars this, we'll make it to the final, so it's not the end of the world. I have a feeling that full power is going to be a little bit too much because we are uphill, but the wind is pretty strong.
Nice shot.
You know what?
Nice one.
Wasn't a bad shot, all things considered. Still 30 feet away, though. On a very tough green. Ooh, barely missed that birdie putt. We even nicked the edge of the hole there. So settling for a par, but I don't think our competitors did very well. Let's take a look. And yeah, this is not bad at all. All pars or bogeys. So although 32, a terrible score to be going to the finals with, we're only 3 points behind first and 2 points behind second. Definitely make something happen here. We got decent wind here too. Let's try to make something happen.
Nice shot.
Seemingly that tree has a smaller hitbox than it looks, because we didn't get slowed down there even though we went through the tree. I am not going to complain though.
Nice shot.
And let's see where we end up after stroke 2. So a nice setup by Esteban. He's probably going to get a birdie. So we probably need an eagle. Yeah, he got the birdie. Going to need an eagle if we want the win. Although that setup by, I think his name was Virgo, pretty poor. So we could secure second place, even if we missed the eagle. It was a close attempt.
Nice approach.
Just not quite close enough. So 42 points, somehow it was enough to tie for second. So after a very good 54-point performance in the first match, pretty bad choke for the second match. Don't think that's going to be any elo. We actually might lose some here. Let's take a look. Yep, and the tie will lose us a little bit of rank. However, if you enjoyed the video, especially that first match, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.